Shalom and welcome to Yeshiva B'nai Noach. I'm Tom Averna, and this is Lesson 7, Chapter 7, in the Teach Yourself to Read Hebrew. And in this lesson, we're actually going to finish up the 22 letters of the Hebrew alphabet. The only thing left in Chapter 8 is we'll be looking at the 5 final forms of the letters. But as far as the letters and their pronunciations, those will be completed as we finish this lesson. So let's get ready to enjoy that. Let's go ahead and review, first of all, our letters that we've covered so far. And we'll just run through them here real quick, and then I'll give you an opportunity to stop the video and read the letters with their vowels. So we have the Alef, Bet, Vet, Gimel, Dalet, Hey, Vav, Zayin, Chet, Tet, Yud, Kaf, Chaf, Lamed, Mem, Nun, Samech, Ayin, Pei, Fei, Tzadi, Kuf. And then in the first lesson we had these letters, which we'll actually be redoing in today's lesson. But this is the Shin and the Tav. Okay, so those are the letters. Interesting thing to point out, if I don't know that it'll help you remember very much, but the Kaf, which is a K, and then the Lamed, which is L, Mem, Nun, or Mem is the M sound, Nun is the Nun N sound. So these follow the English alphabet, K, L, M, N. Again, just as kind of a little bit of an aside there. And as we mentioned, all of these letters at some point, which became Greek letters, and then also from there into the Latin alphabet with some changes, but for the most part, if you think of some of these letters as being mirror images, and most of the letters we're talking about came from the Old Hebrew, not this particular script, which is the Aramaic script. But still, you can kind of see some of the letters as we have them today if you look at them as a mirror image of the letter itself. So again, I'll have you go through, of course, your vowels. Anything with a line is an ah sound. Then we have the single dot, which is a B buzzing, an E sound. And then we had the two dots, which are two B's going on the way, A-Y sound. And then we had the three dots, which is the segol, the eggs, sound. And then we picked up the O, the cholem, O sound, which is the only one that's going to be above the letters. Everything else is below the letters. And we have the O also with the Vav, called a cholem Vav, same pronunciation, O. And I think those are all the vowels. So go ahead and stop the video, practice this a bit on your own, come back, and we'll run through it real quick, and then we'll go on. All right, so just quickly going through the letters, we have A, Be, V, Go, Da, Ha, Ve, Z, Cho, Te, Ya, Ko, Che, Lo, Ma, Ni, So, I, Pe, Fo, Tsa, Ke, Sho, She, Ta. Okay, let's look at the letters. If you need to, stop and review them on your own, and then we'll continue. So I gave you a link in the past video lessons to two Alef Bet songs. This is a third, and I'll put this link in the in the description section for you to click on it and spend time watching it. And now, especially after this lesson, you've learned all the letters. It might be a good thing to just start once a day if you can. Play the song and sing along with it and see how well you do, and just help you remember the letters. Again, this is Debbie Friedman. There's other versions out there of the Alef song. This is the one I like the best, but you can Google it and see what other versions are out there that you might like even better. But again, Debbie Friedman, the Alef song, we'll put that link in the description section. So now let's finish up our Hebrew letter alphabets, the 22 letters of the Hebrew alphabet. And then we have in today's lesson 3 letters, one with 2 sounds. The resh, the R sound, the shin and the sin, both an SH with a dot on the right and an S with a dot on the left, and the tav, with or without a dot in it, a dagesh, it's going to be the T sound. So taking a look first at the resh, there's 3 ways that you can pronounce this letter. The guttural is a resh. But probably more common than that. That's more the Arabic speakers, and actually a lot of Israeli speakers will pick up that sound. But the other thing you'll hear is, as in the Spanish R, you'll hear the trilled. So resh. Okay, so that's perfectly fine, or you can just do an R if either of those are too difficult, and make it a resh. Okay, so that's the R sound. Now, as far as remembering it, this has a rounded upper portion, rounded. Okay, many of them do, but it's one way to see it. Now, the other thing, if you can think of a mirror image, again, we've talked about this before. If you write the letter R, let's see if I can do that here and give you a kind of a look at it. If you write the letter R in English, well, it's hard to do with these pens, but it's more rounded here. But the letter R, sometimes a little peak on the end of it. But at any rate, you can kind of see that as a mirror image, the resh and the R in English, in the Latin alphabet, look pretty much the same as you're going through it. If that helps you to remember that, then fine. It's a good way to look at it and see. So again, that's the resh, the R sound. Shin we've learned before, and I think we talked about before that this kind of looks like a ship going forward with the sails unfurled here, if you will. But the other way to look at this, to distinguish it between the SH and the S sound, is again, and this only works when we have actually vowels on the page, which is what you'll be dealing with for a while, I'm sure. But the other thing to think of to yourself is that this is pronounced sin and this is pronounced shin. So if you think to yourself, sin is never right. Sin is never right. So you'll never see if the dot is on the right-hand side, then this is a shin, not a sin. If it's on the left-hand side, it's a sin with an S sound. So if that helps, go with that. Again, as I've mentioned before, if you have other ideas, be sure and mention them in the comment section to help everyone to learn to recognize the letters. It'd be great. And then the last letter of the Hebrew alphabet is the letter Tav, and the T sound. And we talked about recognizing it as that it has a toe. The Tav has a toe, and you won't see this in any other letter. So that makes it very distinctive. The Tav has a toe, and that's what distinguishes it from other letters that might look similar. This is the T sound. Whether or not it has a dagesh, a dot in the middle, it's a T sound either way. We talked about the fact that Ashkenazi speakers will pronounce this tav without a dot, without a dagesh, just as you see it here. They would pronounce this as an S sound rather than a T sound. So be aware of that. If you hear an Ashkenazic speaker, you hear the word Shabbos rather than Shabbat. And that's why, because the ending T does not have a dot in it, so it becomes an S sound. In biblical ancient Hebrew, it's actually a TH sound. Th, th, th. And as we've said before, the dot in the Begad Kafat letters, the T is the last of the six one, Tav is the last of the six Begad Kafat letters. The dagesh or dot is a stopper. It stops the air. So when air is blowing through it, then the way you represent that, if you were transliterating it, is you add an H to it. So TH. So this would be, and that's why oftentimes you'll hear the words, so you can hear the word pronounced Shabbat or Shabbos or Sabbath. Sabbath. The Sabbath uses the TH ending on it for that word. So that's why you have that distinction of the three different ways of pronouncing the Sabbath or Shabbat or Shabbos. Shabbos. So, all right. Resh, Shin, Sin, Tav. Let's go on. And as we've been doing before, I'll let you practice on your own reading across here. We're practicing with the R sound, resh, resh, or resh. R as in Robin, Robin. Okay, so go ahead and practice. Stop the video and practice. We'll be back. Okay, let's go ahead and read across. We have re, re, ra, ro, 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 ro. We have ra. We have re, rear, re, re, ra, re, re, ra, re, re, ra. Sounds a little like Scooby-Doo there, maybe. Line 2. Re, ri, ra, ro, ra, ri, re, re, ro, row, 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 your boat. Row, row, row. Line 3. Ra, re, ra, ro, re, 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 ro, re, ro, re, ro, re, ro, ra, ra, ri, ra, ra, ri. Line 4. Ro, ri, re, ra, 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 ro, ri, rar, re, ri, ra, re, ri, ra, or re, ri, ra, or re, ri, ra. Hard to do that all in a row. Line 5. Ra, re, 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 ro, ra, 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 row, 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 row. Okay, practice on your own. We'll continue. Let's practice now with the shin. The dot is on the right, so it's a shin, SH sound, as in ship. Go ahead and stop the video and practice, and we'll come back and go through it together. Okay, let's start with line 1. We have shay, she, sha, shesh, sha, shay, sha, shay, shashay, shay, sheesh, sheesh. Line 2, sha, she, sha, shash, she, shay, sha, shay, shashay, shay, shash, shay, shash. Line 3, shay, she, sha, shesh, sha, shay, sha, 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 shay, shesh, shay, shesh. Line 4, shay, she, sha, shesh, she, shay, sha, shay, shashay, shay, shash, shay, shash. Line 5, sha, she, sha, shesh, she, sha, sha, shay, shashay, shay, sheesh, shay, sheesh. All right, go ahead and practice on your own. We'll continue. All right, let's practice the sin now. Sin. Sin is never right. So the dagesh, the dot, is on the left upper portion of this ship, and that makes it an S, a sin. Okay, S as in sin. So go ahead and stop the video and practice, and pay special attention to number 5, first letter. See if you can get that, but we'll come back and we'll talk about that when we get back here. So go ahead and stop the video. Go ahead and let's read across now together. And again, these are all going to be the S sound, as in sin. As we read across, line 1, we have si, sa, say, si, say, si, sa, si, si. Line 2, si, say, sa, si, sa, sas, sa, say. Line 3, say, si, sa, say, si, say, sa, say, si, say, si, say. Line 4, say, si, sa, say, si, say, sa, say, si, say, si, say. Line 5. Now, did you get this one? If you recognize this as the vowel O doing double duty as the dagesh for the sin, then you would have gotten it right, and you would say so, S-O, so here. We'll have some more practice with this in the exercises coming up, but I did want to show you that, and there's another thing that can be confusing. If you had the shin with the O vowel, you would have 2 dots. You would have one on the right and one on the left, in which case you just have to use some logic, I suppose, to say, okay, I know that every consonant has to have a vowel. The only vowel I see here is this dot up here, so that has to be the O vowel. If there's no dot over here, then this has to be an S. If there's also a dot over here, then this is a shin. It would be show. Again, we'll have exercises with that. I didn't want to do too much confusion in that in this exercise, as we're just rehearsing here a little bit. But let's continue on then. Si, sa, say, si, say, sa, say, si, say, si, say. Okay, so let's go on from there. Go ahead and practice as you need to across here, and we'll continue on. And our last letter to rehearse, and I put these all in here without the dots in them, dogish, but it's still the T sound, tav. T is in tall. We'll read through here, and then I'll let you practice. Then we'll come back, read them together. Then I'll let you practice more, and we'll get into the chapter. Go ahead and start. Okay, line 1. Te, ti, ta, te, ta, te, ta, te, tate, ti, te, tite. Line 2. Te, ti, ta, te, ti, te, ta, te, tate, ti, te, tite. Line 3. Te, ti, ta, te, ti, te, ta, te, tate, ti, te, tite. Line 4. Te, ti, ta, te, ti, te, ta, te, tate, ti, te, tite. And line 5. Te, ti, ta, te, ti, te, ta, te, tate, ti, te, tite. All right, go ahead and practice on your own, and we'll get started. So here we have the lookalikes, the resh, and the dalet. But again, the resh is rounded. The dalet is not. It has that kind of a square with a line down from it. So the R and the D. And then the shin and the sin. Of course, sin is never right. And then the sound alikes, we have samek, S, the snake here, sounding like the sin of the shin letter. Okay, so just kind of look this over, spend some time with it, be familiar with the differences. And these are the vowels we've had so far, and pretty much all of the major vowels we learned. We'll pick up one more today, but we have the kamats and the patak, both anything with a line. Remember, anything with a line, whether it's a straight line or a T, is going to be an ah sound. Then we have the single dot, the chirek, which is the B, E sound. With or without the yud, it's still an E sound. We have the tsere, AY sound, A. With or without the yud, it's AY, A. Then we have the segol, the eggs, the sound, 3 dots, sound. And then we have the cholim, which is the dot above and to the left, or the cholim vav, which is the dot above the vav. Both of these are pronounced O sound, okay? And anytime you have, again, we're not going to learn grammar, but anytime you have the vav in here, or anytime you have an added consonant, it's essentially lengthened a little bit. The vowel itself would be lengthened, and it might be a long vowel as opposed to a short vowel. Okay, so again, O and O are vowels here. And this is our other vowel that has the vav with a dot in it. Now remember that the cholim vav had the dot at the top. Okay, this is the kibbutz or the shurech. It's an oo sound, as in zoo. So it can look like this with 3 dots at an angle, or it can look like this with a vav and a dot, a dagesh in the middle. And one of the ways we distinguish between the oo and the o is if you have a dot above, it's a headache. And when you have a headache, you put your hand on your head and you go, oh. But if you have a tummy ache, you put your hand on your tummy and you say, ooh. So that helps you. The O has the headache, and the oo has the tummy ache in the vav. All right. But again, Without the vav, you're going to see these three dots going at an angle below the consonant, below the letter. All right. As always, you read the consonant first, and then the vowel. So here we have zoo, zoo, okay, zoo. And these vowels, as I don't think I need to point it out, it's pretty obvious. I said that all vowels are either below the letter or above the letter. These vowels are actually next to the letter, so that's one of the few that you'll see that. And sometimes, and again, we'll deal with this a little bit, I think, in some of the exercises, but occasionally, this when the vav has an oo, it looks like an oo. Occasionally, it's actually a doubling dagesh, and it's the consonant V, which is confusing, but there aren't a lot of places you'll find that, and we'll deal with that when we get to it. But for right now, anytime you see this combination, it's oo, oo. So here we have piul, pool, pool, or we have suit. Okay, so the vowel sound oo may also be written as three dots underneath, so that same thing, zoo, pool, and suit. Okay, so kind of look this over a little bit, spend some time with it, get familiar with the looks of the two vowels for the oo sound. So here you see the vav in its three configurations. One is a consonant. There's no dots anywhere, but the vowel would be underneath it. There might be a dot over here if it was an O next to it. But V, if there's another vowel underneath it or above it here, then you know that's going to be a V. That's the consonant, V. Just like we talked about the yud, if there's a vowel underneath it, it's the Y rather than part of a vowel. But if not, if you see it like this, with a dot above it, it has a headache, and you go O. And if you see the dot in the middle of it, it has a stomach ache, a tummy ache, and you go ooh. So V, O, and oo. So the examples they give here are vet, boat, boot, leave, load, and loot. So go ahead and read the following lines aloud, come back, and we'll go through it. So stop the video now. Okay, line one across. We have oo, o, oo, uva, shoe, loo, shul, shul. Same sound, because you've got this vowel and this vowel of the same sound. Line two. Shuv, umi, uv, uma, uma, ufi, ufi, oot, oot. This is the in, which is silent, so it would just be oot. Line three. Pa, vat. This would be the consonant vav. Pavat, pot, poot, uvo, uvo, vavud, vavud, and vavod, vavo. All right, practice it some more if you need to. Otherwise, we'll go on. And here are the ways that you write the letters that we've just learned. So again, we'll let you work with this on your own and practice writing. Again, if you take the letter, go all the way across the page with it in practice and say the letter as you're writing it with all of the letters here, and then add vowels underneath it. Do the same thing. Okay? All right, beginning our exercises now. We've skipped 1, 2, 3, and 4. They are writing exercises. You're welcome to look at those and do them as you can. This is also a writing exercise. We're not going to spend time here, but again, this is one of my favorite exercises. So you're just going to write the sound of each of these English words using Hebrew letters. And now that you know all of the letters, you might have two different letters you'll use for a T, or you might have two different ways to do the oo sound. So, and no right or wrong when you're just transliterating English to Hebrew. So just practice with that a little bit, okay? Exercise 6, these are prayer book words and phrases, so some of them may sound familiar as you begin pronouncing them. So practice on your own, then we'll come back and read them together. Go ahead and stop the video. All right, let's read across here. We have gadol, gadol, ha-ga-dol, ha-gadol. So you have 1, 2, 3 vowels. You have 3 syllables. Ha-ga-dol, ha-gadol. Ha-gi-bor, ha-gibor. Ha-no-ra, ha-no-ra. Line 2. A-le-nu, alenu. A-vi-nu, avinu. Ko-le-nu, kolenu. I-ma-nu, imanu. Line 3. A-ta, ata. Echad, echad. Moshe, Moshe. And here we have this dagesh is doing double duty. We talked about that. We've seen this word before, but this is Moses. But it's the vowel O because it's in that position. But it's also the dagesh for the shin. So Moshe, Moshe. Okay. Zot. Ha-to-ra, ha-torah, Torah. Line 4. Ki, bo, shavat, shavat. Mi, kol, mikol. Bara, bara. La, tate, la tate. Lo, lo. Line 5. Door, door. Vador, vador. Al, kol. Ha-chesed, ha-chesed. A-si-ta, asita. All right, go ahead and practice then on your own some more, and then we'll continue on. Exercise 8, all real Hebrew words. Again, practice on your own, and then we'll come back. We'll read through them together, and then you'll practice some more. But see if any of them sound familiar to you as you go across it. So go ahead and stop the video now. Okay, let's read across. Adir, adir. Az, ira, ira. Efes, efes. arav. Omer, omer. Line 2. Basar, basar. Bocher, bocher. Bore, bore. Bayit, bayit. Baal, baal. Boker, boker. Or boker. Line 3. Davar, davar. Devek, devek. Dover, dover. Dot, Dakar, Dakar. Darash, darash. Line 4. Hevel, hevel. Heydad, heydad. Hama, hama. Or hama. Herev, herev. Hasadeh, hasadeh. Line 5. Valad, valad. Vaed, vaed. Vazar, vazar. Vayat, vayat. Alef is not there. It's invisible, so not pronounced. Vayat. Vashod, vashod. Vase, vase. Okay, let's go back to this word here. Just again, not something you're expected to know at this point or to work with necessarily, but I pronounce this as va, which is what it looks like, and this is ya. And we'll get to these vowels later. But again, that dot in the yud doubles it, so you actually have a yud that goes with this vowel, and that kind of lengthens it into dayat, dayat. Would be the more correct pronunciation. But again, we haven't learned that yet, but just to point that out to you that those doubling dagishes can make a difference in the pronunciation of a word if it changes the vowel slightly by adding the yud to it. It's going to strengthen it, lengthen it out a little bit. All right, go ahead and practice on your own. Stop the video and we'll come back. Continuing on, line 6 through 10, go ahead and practice on your own. Stop the video. We'll come back. Okay, let's go ahead and read across. Line 6. Sadeh, sadeh. Sadi, sadi. Se. Sachak, sachak. Sora, sora. Samach, samach. Line 7. Zot, zot. Ze. Zecher, zecher. Or zecher. Zocher, zocher. Zera, zera. Zarak, zarak. 8. Uvo, uvo. Uvor, uvor. Umaher, umaher. Umul, umul. Ufanav, ufanav. Line 9. Sa, excuse me. Sa, gor, sagor. Sod, sa'ar. Sefer, sefer, sefer. Saviv, saviv. Seder, seder, or seder. Line 10. Nusu, nusu. Nachat, nachat. Ner, netzach, netzach. This is the tzadi here, not the ayin. Nasi, nasi. Nisa, nisa. All right, practice on your own. We'll come back. Okay, lines 11 through 15. Practice on your own, then we'll come back and read through it together, and you can practice again, so go ahead and stop the video. Okay, let's read through. Moshe, Moshe. Moshav, Moshav. Mush, Mush. Mahir, Mahir. Mazal, Mazal. Line 12. Sha'ar, Sha'ar. Se'ar, Se'ar. Sak, Sak. Rosh, Rosh. Hashana, Hashana. So together we have Rosh Hashanah, Rosh Hashanah. Line 13. Kulanu, Kulanu. Uzi, Uzi. Sukkot, Sukkot. Might recognize that as a holiday. Kubad, Kubad. Again, notice the difference. The B has the base. The K, Kaf, does not. Chukka, Chukka. Chupa, Chupa. Line 14. Torah, Torah. Tevel, Tevel. Tama, Tama. Ta'a, Ta'a. Tuma, Tuma. Tur, Tur. 15. Katuv, Katuv. Shamor, Shamor. Zachor, Zachor. Katzor, Katzor. Ra'u, Ra'u. So go ahead and practice that on your own, and then come back. And again, as you read through here and words sound familiar to you, think about where you might have heard them before and what they might mean And of course we'll come back through, or you'll come back through later when we see the vocabulary and find some of the vocabulary words that you'll pick up here. Okay. Okay. Last exercise for this lesson. We have lines 16 through 20. Go ahead and practice them on your own, and then come back. Go ahead and stop the video. Okay. Let's read across. Pu'al, pu'al. Pesach, Pesach. Might sound familiar to you. Panita, panita. Petach, petach. Pesha, pesha. Pera, pera. 17. Asiti, asiti. Asu, asu. Ose, ose. Shuni, shuni. Suma, suma. Again, pay attention to where that dagesh is on the shin sin, and note that sin is never right. 18. He, sha, mer, he shamer. Ra, yo, mer. Vayomer. I may have said Ra here at the beginning. It should be a V. Vayomer. Vayomer. Ha, Ra, ot. Haraot. To, chelet. Tochelet. 19. Ketzach. Ketzach. Shalosh, shalosh. Sa, ne, sane. So, ne, sone. Show, sa, shosa. Line 20. Ezer, ezer. Tzitzit, tzitzit. Resha, resha. Ra'ash, ra'ash. Yavesh, yavesh. Okay, go through, practice on your own, and we'll continue on. So we picked up 7 new words. Again, this is not something you have to spend a lot of time on if you don't want to right now. The main goal here is just learning to recognize letters. But as you begin to recognize words, it makes it easier to read a little faster than otherwise you would normally do. So here are the words we picked up. We had Seder, the Passover meal, the Seder, which means order. We have, of course, Moses, Moshe. We have Mazel, which means fortune or luck. Actually means flow. It's a flow. And we'll talk about that another time, perhaps. But anyway, we have Happy New Year, or the New Year, Rosh Hashanah, Rosh Hashanah. So that greeting. And then we had the holiday of Sukkot, Sukkot. We have Torah, which should be familiar to you. And we had the holiday of Pesach, Pesach. So those are the words you can go back and look for and begin to recognize if you want to as you go through it. Of course, many other words there that some of them might have been familiar to you from other things. So check through, see what you find out, what you learn. All right, let's continue. I'm actually ending this exercise. Of course, there was a page on learning hints and suggestions. Recommend that you go through that every time. This is one of the exercises that we skipped. I would again recommend it something that you would do because it's fun to do. Here's another dialogue. This time they're asking you to write out this dialogue, and again, using Hebrew letters to make the sounds, not you're not copying the letters, just the sounds, to make the sounds of the English words that are in this. And as you do this, and as it becomes easier to do for you, hopefully, as you've learned the letters, this is something I recommend you do with other little short stories that you might come across, or short sayings, something that you have in English that you can write in Hebrew, and it makes a difference. And we'll talk about transliteration later on, but that's another thing to do as you begin to learn to read the Hebrew. Once you've learned the letters, then transliteration, letters and vowels, transliteration can be pretty easy. We'll talk more about that as we continue on. At any rate, that is the last lesson here. We will continue in our next lesson. We'll take a look at the 5 final forms, and that will be really all of the lessons we have on the alphabet itself. Then the last 2 lessons will deal with vowels or unusual combinations of vowels, and we'll pick up. But essentially, with the next lesson, you'll be done with the letters and just review, write, read, and that's what you're going to need to do. And of course, you can come back here and go through this this class as often as you want, and review. All right. So thank you for sharing this time with me, and we'll see you next time. Shalom.